Hey TFB TV. So over the past couple of weeks we've been looking at the M1A1 Carbine and the 1919, and looking at these firearms is, pretty interesting from a historical perspective on an individual level. However, at TFB TV we wanted to see what these guns actually functioned and worked with while in combat and while in a group setting as they were designed for.
In order to do that, we got a squad worth of guys, about 8 infantry dudes, 5 reenactors that came out, and we ran through something called a LFAM, which in the infantry, an LFAM stands for live fire maneuver range. A live fire maneuver range is the bread and butter of a infantry small unit, such as a squad or a platoon. This is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to the grunts. Going through that, we wanted to try to recreate a scenario from World War II, a textbook attack against a fortified German position, which consisted of steel targets at 100 meters and at 500 meters. And in order to replicate this, we found a local range and we went out there, and we were organizationally set up correctly. In World War II, they had 2 squad scouts up front in addition to a squad leader. Then there's the machine gun team, and that is the Baker element, and that in the video you see is the reenactors dressed up in 1944 uniforms. In addition, we have the maneuver element, and that's the rear portion of about 7 guys, and we ran through it. Started off in a tack column, which is a staggered formation of soldiers going down range on a patrol. They took an initial contact, if you wish, which were some blank rounds going off. Then they returned fire, your RTR drills, return fire, take cover, return accurate fire. We got up on line with the maneuver element, and what this was doing is it was bringing maximum firepower to bear on the enemy forces at 100 meters. Machine gun teams split off, and they set up into something that's called a support by fire position, in which they set up on top of an elevation point where they could engage the enemy targets on line with the rest of us. Then we popped smoke, something that was common in World War II and Korea and Vietnam. And a smoke grenade allowed cover for the maneuver element to push across a danger area, which in this case was MSR Panther, or the road that we're going over. Once the maneuver team was set up on the far side, they were reset up and put in maximum firepower to bear. And this is where we start beginning the maneuver element of this live fire scheme of attack, which is very similar to how we still do things today, and would have been very similar to how things were done in World War II. The rifle grenade shot went out. That signaled the enemy target was almost neutralized, but we still had to attack it. Then the machine gun team had their fires cut and they couldn't fire anymore. After that, we started something called buddy rushing, which is as small unit tactics as you can get. One Marine gets up and is running while another is firing, and then the 2 switch. And this happens among a whole squad. What's happening here is that the volume of fire doesn't go down because the volume is kept up at a maximum point, but the movement is happening, and the advance on the enemy objective is happening as well. You'll see this sort of leapfrogging effect as guys go down range, and it's, one moving, one firing, one moving, one firing, and then alternating. Doing this is it can be a very complex maneuver because there's a lot of safety aspects going on into it. You have to make sure people are staying in their lanes, fingers off triggers, that sort of deal. Anyways, once we got to the end of this, we entered into a consolidation line, and the squad leader called out for ACE reports, which stands for ammo, casualties, and equipment. What that means is that the squad leader needs to know how many guys he has, how much ammunition there is. After this, we pushed on to the 500-meter target. This was supposed to simulate a German force from a further distance. We wanted to see the 2 distances here. Then the machine gun element had to run up and support them as fast as possible because we need those guns up there in action. They took a casualty. They still got to get that tripod from the guy that went down. They still have to pick that tripod up because that's an essential part of the machine gun. The machine gun deployed, got up front. We had a consolidation line there again, and we indexed it, and we called a ceasefire, and the attack was over. But throughout this various maneuver, we learned a lot of things. We learned it was a lot harder to communicate under the intense volume of fire with M1 Garands that seemed a bit louder than what we're used to today with the 5.56 stuff. In addition, it was a lot harder to do reloads. Guys were fumbling with stuff. We learned about the difference between cartridge belts and bandoliers. One's faster than the other. A cartridge belt's quicker, but a bandolier is more maneuverable and giving ammo back and forth. We learned about some malfunctions that were really fascinating. It showed a malfunction that you couldn't really replicate on a square range, but could only replicate through running through a cartridge belt being jumbled up and that sort of deal. We learned, the rates of fire were extremely lower than anything we're used to today, and in order for a World War II rifle squad to keep up to the amount of rate of fire that would be effective on target, guys would have to know how to use their clips and know how to reload them as quick as possible. Well, anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the live fire segment we're about to put out here. We put a lot of time and effort into it. We really want to try to bring these World War II small arms to life. So with that being said, please enjoy.
Contact fire! Fire on that! Hey! I need gun! Need gun! Get on line! Get on Hey, far side! Far side! Rifle grenade going off! Push up! Reload it! Reloading! Got it! Push it up! Hey, push right! Push right! Push right! Keep on, push up! Push up! Push up! Move in! Hey, keep on! Push out! Moving! Move get keep the right fire! Go, let's go! Moving! Let's go! Set! Ace report! 3 clips! 6 clips! 4 clips! Down the left! 2 left! 2! Contact! Empty! Distribute ammunition. Do we have any casualties? No. Hey, we got a bunker! Oh! We need machine gun! Machine gun! Machine gun! Here, on my left, Take my belt on my left side. Yeah, just take a hold. Safety's on. Safety's on. Is that one empty?
Yeah.
Guys, we're coming! Push up! Push up! Look at that corner! Clear you out.
Unload, lock, show clear. Unload, lock, and show clear on all your weapon systems.
Check weapons.
Kept trying to bring it down, but every time.
This gets picking out. I didn't know they were so high.
I was shooting the 1911 all the way down. See the share. Down to me hitting her pretty slim. Yeah.